Hello, I'm Mr. Dady, and today we're going to talk about rotations. All right. Rotations is another transformation, and there's three rules to it. This is rotations around the origin. All right. The origin is the middle of your plane here. All right. 0, 0 is your origin. So if I asked you to go 180 degrees rotation, right? For this, the rule is you multiply the x and y points by -1. So we're going to take A here, all right? A is at 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's at 3, 4. And I say you're going to take that and you're going to go 180 degrees rotation. So I take 3, 3, 4, and I multiply both sides, both of them by -1. That gives me -3, -4. So when I graph that, if I'm going 180 degrees, that's halfway around a circle. So it should end up over here. So -3, -4, and it does. So this is A prime for 180 degree rotation. All right? Next, we're going to talk about 90 degrees clockwise. So if you're going 90 degrees clockwise, you're going to multiply, that's why I don't teach ELA, multiply x point by -1 and switch. All right, so take our point 3, 4 here. We're going to go 90 degrees clockwise. If you're looking at a clock, it goes like this. So if this is 180, half of that should bring this down here. Let's see if it does. So I have 3, 4. And it says multiply the x point by -1. So it gives me -3, 4. Is that our answer? No, because of this. You have to switch them. So that means your x becomes your y point, your y becomes your x point. So I switch. So that becomes 4, -3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And that's exactly where we said it should be. So this is at point 4, -3. So you multiply, so we started with 3, 4. We multiplied our x point by -1, and that gave us this. And then you switch. Make sure you switch them. This is where more mistakes happen than anything else. Switch them. Right? Now for our last one. Our last one can be called two different things. It can be 270 degrees or 90 degrees clockwise. I've always taught 90 degree clockwise, but it also could be 270 because 270 is just 90 degrees less than a full circle. All right, so for this one, you're going to multiply the y by -1 and switch. So we're going to take our point, 3, 4. We're going to multiply the y point by -1, gives us 3, -4, and then switch. So our answer is -4, 3. So 270 degrees or 90 degrees counterclockwise should put us right here. Let's see if it does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And it does. So that is how to do it with one point. Now I'm going to show you how to do it with an image using these rules. Now, I'm going to show you an example using an image and go by each one. So 180, 90 degrees clockwise, and 270 or 90 degrees counterclockwise, whichever you want to say. So I have my original image. I have written all of my points down here so I can just do the work down there when I show it to you. So I'm going to go 180 degrees first. So I multiply both x and y points by -1. So here, I'll multiply both of these by -1. That gives me -6, -5. Multiply these by -1. I'm not going to write it out. And multiply these by -1. Alright? Alright? And it's that simple. So now, since it's 180 degrees, I should have them all over here. Now let's see if it is. So -6, 5, -3, -1, -1, -2. Now, we just rotate it. We took it around and we rotated it over there, and that's how you do 180 degrees with an image. So now, I'm going to erase all this down here. Now we're going to do 90 degrees clockwise. So I multiply the x point by -1 and then switch. So this gets multiplied by -1, which gives me -6 over 5. And then you switch them. So it becomes 5, -6. Here, I multiply the x point by -1, so it gives me -3, 1, and then switch. Same thing here, multiply the x point by -1, and then switch. And now, I graph them just to make sure that it's correct. If my image looks weird, I did something wrong. If it's not in the right area, I did something wrong. All right, now you just go back and check it. So 5, 6. So this is clockwise, so as a clock, it should be here. If it's not in here, if it ends up over here, I did it wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 3. 1, -3. And B point is right there. All right, you might have thought the B was going to be there. It is not. You take it and you just turn it to there. So the A comes along, the B there, C. And if you rotate it again, B will go up there. So where do you think the B is going to be this time? Probably right in that general area. All right, I'm going to erase this real quick. And then we're going to do our last one. So that's how simple this really has been so far. Rotations is just about following the rules as long as it's around the origin. So I multiply y by -1. And then I switch it. Multiply the y by -1. And then switch it. Now multiply the y by -1. And switch it. So now it should be up there. If it doesn't look like the image, I did something wrong. If it's not in the right area, I did something wrong. Oops. What was it? 6, 5? Or -5, 6? -1, 3. And that's where we said the B was going to be. And -2, 1. There we go. That is how you do it in all directions. So an easier way to do this, if you have a sheet of paper, this is not paper obviously, and it says you have an image here, it says turn it, rotate 180 degrees. Just take your paper, once you think you solved it, and just rotate your paper 180 degrees or halfway around. It should match up with it. It should be the same image. Same thing as 90 degrees. If I had this, put my pencil right in the middle of the paper, rotate it. The B would be in the right spot, the C and the A. That is rotations. It is just that simple. Just follow the rules as long as it's around the origin. And good luck.